Assalamu alaikum everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Ammie's kitchen. This evening I'm going to be making chicken drumstick biryani for you guys. It's a very easy recipe. So let's go see how I'm doing it. I have 1 kilo, 1.5 kilo of chicken drumsticks, which I slit in the middle so that they become very nice and all the spices can go in here. So that's 1 to 1.5 kilos of drumsticks. I have 1 medium onion, which I sliced. I have 2 tomatoes. If you have small tomatoes, use 3. If you have large tomatoes, use 1.5 medium-sized tomatoes, 2. I have 3 tablespoons of yogurt. I have 2 tablespoons of ginger and garlic paste. I have 2 tablespoons of coriander powder. I have 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and then I have 2 tablespoons of biryani masala. You can use any kind of biryani masala you like. As you can see in this masala, you have cardamom, you have cinnamon stick, you got all of the garam masala in here. And I have some dried prunes, which are, dried prunes which you put in the biryani. And we're going to use 1/4 cup of oil in there. Now we're going to prepare all this chicken with all the masalas, but once we are done with all these masalas, we're going to be using this to finish our biryani off, which I have 4 tablespoons of coriander and mint, and then I sliced big pieces like this of 2 green chilies. If you like hotter, you can use 4, 5, 6, whatever you like. It's all on your taste. I have 2 tablespoons of ghee. Ghee, it's clarified butter. I have clarified butter. I have 2 tablespoons of fried onion, which I already had, so I'm using this. I have red food color I'm going to use, and I have biryani essence. Okay, so these are all the things I need. No need to panic. It only takes about 45 minutes to prepare. So let's go and prepare. Okay, so before we start our cooking our chicken, I like to show you, this is what I did. I took 4 cups of rice in 10 cups of water, and I put, you see these spots? This is called black zira, black cumin. So this is what I put in, about half a teaspoon, and 2 bay leaves I put it in, and I boiled it, and then I just strained it. And it's sitting here, and I will show you what we're going to do with it after. Okay, so let's start cooking first. Okay, here we are. My oil is hot. I put less than 1/4 cup. But if you want to add more, go right ahead. If you want to add less, go right ahead, add less. And there you go. My oil was hot. I'm going to start frying the onions in there now. I just want to mention one thing, that you guys may think that it's very hard to make biryani. It isn't. It's because I'm showing you all these things. I'm showing you all these things separately. It seems like, oh my god, it's going to take a long time. It doesn't. On one stove, you prepare your chicken that will go in your biryani. On the other stove, you'll boil the rice. It literally takes 45 minutes for me to make it. It's not going to take anybody more than that. And fry the onions, and I'll tell you step by step. Let's fry the onions first. Okay, so you see how my onions are frying? For me, they're perfectly fine now. So I'm going to add my ginger and garlic in here. And I'm just going to fry it for a few seconds. Just mix it well in the oil before I put the chicken drumsticks in. Now, remember, I washed the chicken drumsticks, and I dried them with a paper towel, because I don't want too much water to splatter as it goes in. Also, I want to mention one more thing. For people who are going to use biryani masala, you can make it just with the biryani masala. You don't have to have all these masalas that I showed you, but make sure that you don't add too much water, that you don't add too much salt in there, because it already comes with salt. So you're going to add salt, and I'm going to add salt in this as I like it. So I'm going to add just a little bit. I'm not going to add too much. Anyway, so let's fry these first. Make sure they're fried before I put in anything else. Okay, as you can see, my drumsticks are frying. I'm just going to take half a tablespoon of salt and put it in. And I'm gonna start adding all the masalas. Just mix the salt well. And now I'm gonna add all the masalas that I showed you. Here's my red chili powder with turmeric powder. Here's my coriander powder. Here's my biryani masala powder. And I'm just going to mix it well before I add the tomatoes and yogurt. I want all the masalas to mix well because I'm not going to be adding any water in there because tomatoes have a lot of liquid and yogurt as well. So I want the chicken to cook in tomatoes and in yogurt. So as I mix it, okay, just like this. Okay, now I'm going to add my tomatoes, 2 tomatoes in there. And I'm going to add all my yogurt. And it's 3 tablespoons of yogurt in here. That'll go in here like this. And I'm going to add my dried plums. Okay, which I soaked them, by the way, for a few minutes. And now I'm going to mix it well, and I shall cover it and let it cook for maybe 10 to 15 minutes until chicken is tender. Okay? Okay. So you see it's mixed well. I'm going to lower the heat, but make sure the heat is on medium, not on low, medium, high. I think you should put it on medium high, and we're going to cover it and let it cook for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so now we're back to look at my chicken. See? This is how it should look. Now, if you think that if this is too much liquid for you, because if you guys are just 2 people or family of 3 or 4, it's too much, then reduce it by increasing the heat. For me, I think I also think it's a little bit too much, so I'm gonna increase the heat and fry it a little bit so that it becomes, leave it open. But take a look at the chicken. Once you put the slits in there, look, all the masala, all the spices go in there, and it's really very delicious. It becomes very delicious. It's not bland, or when you're eating the chicken it's bland rice you're eating with masala, like spicy. This way it's all very, very nice. So I'm gonna fry it, and let's fry it for maybe a few minutes, and I'll show you after what I'm gonna do. Okay, so look at my curry for the chicken biryani. See, everything is done. You can see the oil on top. To me, I don't like very dry biryani, so I like my consistency is this thick. But if you want to have it, like if you want to have drier than this, by all means go right ahead and dry it. Dry it a little bit more, like just fry it with an open on an open flame, like higher flame, and an open cover. And look, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm ready. I turn my heat off for the time being. Once you turn your heat off, now let it stop boiling, and then I'll show you what we have to do next. Okay, so see, take a look at my chicken. It's all a little bit cooler than it was before. So now what I'm gonna do on this chicken, I'm gonna put all the 4 tablespoons of mint, and all the mint and coriander, green coriander. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put fried onions, like I told you, I already had it. So I think I'm just gonna use maybe 1.5 tablespoon. Not gonna use all of it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all the rice on top. Now watch. Because don't forget, this rice is done. All you have to do is just give a good dum on rice and the chicken. Okay, keep on spreading it like this. Now, to give dum, in the beginning I do it with high heat. So hold on, let me just put all the rice in. Okay, all the rice is in. Just spread it like this. It literally takes 45 minutes. It doesn't take longer than that, because you'll when you are cooking it, you're going to be putting your rice on one stove and start cooking the chicken, and you don't have to put it in these little petri dish that I put it in. You can just put all the masalas, everything directly. One thing I want to remind you, if you guys are using store-bought, please, please, please do not use a lot of salt in there, because the salt can ruin it. Now what I'm doing is I'm using the clarified butter I told you. I'm just going to dab it like this. You know, it gives it a really nice and nutty flavor in here. Okay. There you go. There. And then what I did with my color, right here, I have red color. Food color, you can use orange. I didn't have orange. I couldn't find it. So I have red one. You can just put it with a little bit of water and your biryani essence. And how I do it like this. I don't spread it all over because I don't really like the rice all over. Just a bit at a time. There we go. Now, last thing, a lot of people, when they turn the stove on high for 5 minutes, a lot of people put a flat pan so they can give them, so this way it doesn't burn the chicken in there. What I'm going to do now, I have this rack. I'm going to put it underneath. My husband will help me. Thank you. And I put it in like this, and then I'm going to put it on top of the rack. Now, I put on top of the rack so that it doesn't burn. The rice doesn't burn. If you don't have the rack, that's perfectly all right. Use the tawa or a flat frying pan or anything. Cover and let it cook for good 15 minutes. Let's do 15 minutes done. We'll come back and check, okay? And then once you hear the noise inside, lower up the heat to maybe 2. I have 2. You can lower it to whatever number you cook your rice at. Okay, so let's leave it for 20 minutes and I'll come back and I'll show you the final product. Okay, now we're back 15 minutes later and look at my rice. Mashallah. See, well, I couldn't find an orange color for my biryani, but that's okay, doesn't matter. Red color looks nice too. And look, see how my chawal are, how my rice is. And look at this. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to take it out and show you how to serve it and how to enjoy your chicken drumstick biryani. Okay, so as you can see, my biryani is ready. I took it out in a platter and this is how it looks, as you can see. And I personally think that the red rice looks really nice. Now this drumstick biryani, I take it out like this, but at least the kids are not going to fight over a drumstick because they're all drumsticks in here. This is how I serve it to my family and my friends. See, like this. You can take as much as drumsticks, as many as you like, and just pile it up like this. Now, I usually serve it with Raita. That means yogurt sauce. If you like, you can put it on top. I personally just put it on the side like this, or you can just put it like this, but I like it on the side. And I usually serve it with clamato, with the tomato juice. And there's your meal for today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And bon appetit.